Hello, Susannah here from The Good Property Company. Right, we're here to talk deals today. I hope you've seen I'm doing a whole series for you guys, and just be mindful there's a whole bunch of other stuff can be useful for you. At my website, thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, I got free checklists, free 101 lessons, it's like 102 pages long. We've got stuff on deal sourcing, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. We try and produce as much good quality stuff for you as possible, so go have a look. Right. Let's talk deals. Now, what do you do when you don't have much money when you're starting out in property? I had that problem. I've just got to the point in this series of I jumped up my day job. Yay, freedom! Oh, cash flow. I had properties, but I was renovating them. They were being let out. You know, you're waiting for the payback period. So it's amazing on paper. You're starting to become quite wealthy because you're buying discounted, all the rest of it. Your cash flow is an entirely different matter to your asset base. So what you're talking about here is profit and loss and cash flow versus balance sheet. Now in the long term, balance sheet and the wealth, fabulous, it pays you. In the short term, you're usually piling money into it and you're very skint as a property investor. And I bet that rings true for loads of you guys. So one of the solutions I came to was, because I liked working with investors, I liked sourcing deals, I then turned to deal packaging and deal sourcing, selling on to other people. And we did that for 5 years. And we did 45 million quid's worth of property, bought for an agreed price for 30 million quid. And I was always obviously the biggest buyer of those deals. Let's talk about one of my early little babies. This one was Dunkirk. Now we got this one agreed for 115. Our deal report said it was worth just over 157, and in fact the investor sold it a year or two later for 179. Not bad, is it? So they bought it for 115. We said 157, but actually they sold it for 179. So they did extremely well for themselves. And what did we do? We charged them 5% at purchase price. So once it was exchanged, they paid the exchange money to the lawyers who were on our panel of solicitors that they chose, and then they paid the 5% of the sourcing fee to us at the same time, and then that was our job done. So how much did we get from this deal? 5,750 quid. Now, it would have been lovely to have bought every deal I could, but the problem in the early days is chicken and egg. I love to buy all the deals, but where does my cash come from? And you have to navigate your cash flow as you're building your wealth pot. So deal packaging can be a fantastic route to doing that. You know, £5,000 was incredibly, or £5,750 to be precise, incredibly useful amount of money to pop into my cash flow in the early days, to run my business, to keep everything moving forward, to employ some team members, and actually you dump in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 grand a pop, and we were doing that pretty much. We did roughly 50 deals a year, so we were doing it often on a weekly basis. You can buy an awful lot of properties with that, which is what I did. So I hope that's useful to you. There are plenty of ways that you can make it in property, and sometimes it's kind of useful to do some buying acquisition strategies at the same time as maybe buy to sell, at the same time as deal packaging, which is certainly the route I took. Key question is, how do I get started in property? Write yourself a plan. I have written you guys a pack, how to write a business plan and deliver business success in property. You can download it now.